Jake with Baun Performance here. Just wanted to go over the options and differences available for my V2 GE SI catted downpipes. So the biggest difference price wise will be with the cat. Both of the available cats are made in Canada. They're 300 series stainless. They're 304, as opposed to most cats on the market today are 409, which can still rust. The only real difference between this one and the EPA approved is the substrate. So what the scientific breakdown of the catalyst material that makes one perform better than the other, that'd be a better question directed towards them. But this is the standard 300 cell cat that comes with the downpipe. I do not build catless. And this is the EPA approved model. They have a serial number, they're serialized for tracking. And the substrate performs to EPA standards for OBD2 cars. So that's anything 97 and newer, I believe. So outside of that, the no charge option that I give is a different flex section for the downpipe. This is my preferred. Originally they were 304 stainless. I've since upgraded to 321, which actually contains titanium. This is not one of them. This is the 304, but they look almost identical. The 321s have an extra band around the edge that bulk up the seam a little bit, but they're much more flexible than the traditional braided style. I've got both downpipes clamped down to the table here, so you can see. Oh, it's moving in the clamps now, but the interior design of the flex, if you can see here, there's a solid inner liner. So the outer bellows are all one piece from one side, and the solid inner liner is all one piece. Whereas this has an interlock liner and then several layers of braided outer section, which I don't like because it doesn't weld anywhere near as nice, especially versus the 321, which I don't have an example of that sitting here. This is one I built a couple months ago. It's waiting to ship to California, and unfortunately they're still closed down for COVID-19. So there's those two options there. There's no price difference. That's up to the customer's preference. The other option, this is the lower portion of the downpipe, will be clamped on there. This is how the downpipe comes standard with a 3-inch outlet. That can be built to include a piece to fit, or built to fit any aftermarket downpipe, or I'm sorry, any aftermarket catback out there that's 3-inch, so you don't have extra reducers or clamps or anything. This is a $50 option. If you want this welded on, it'll end in the same spot. All of my downpipes, unless required to be different, end at the same location as stock. So if you get the $50 option, that's this reducer welded on. It's a very unpopular option because kind of not future-proofing your investment. Most people will at some point have a resonated mid-pipe or a full turbo back exhaust. So spending the extra $50 on this when you could spend $310 for this just doesn't make sense. That $50 doesn't need to be applied to mid-pipes. This mid-pipe fits my Baun Performance turbo back exhaust, which would come standard with that. Or I make a version of this that bolts on just like a resonator delete. It's got the proper angle and reducer built in for attaching to the OEM exhaust system, depending on the year of your GTI. the 2019s actually reduced the size, so be sure to include the year of your car when ordering. If you guys have any other questions, I feel like that should clear up a lot and help streamline the ordering process. And thanks for watching. Just one more thing on the two different flex sections. With my preferred, the bellows style, there is a slight chance of just one extra precaution you want to take when installing it. Just make sure you don't have the flex section on a bind, or there could be a slight vibration from the inner and the outer touching. Or I've had reports on cold start, the resonance of the exhaust can cause just the slightest bit of a rattle, and that, like I said, that's while it's up on high idle for cold start. So basically with the two bellows, you're choosing between a nicer quality weld, better quality material with 321 on all the current ones, and more flexibility, which will result in better protection of the part, both this and your catback, regardless of what brand, and the no risk of any vibration, and not as nice looking welds. I have to make 2 passes, and I've tried different brands of flex sections. There's 6 layers that are all loose and crimped together, so all 6 of those layers melt much faster than the base material, and it's just you can see it's nowhere near as nice of a weld. But that about does it for this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Feel free to ask me any questions if I didn't cover something, and thanks for watching.